It's very interesting. Now, if you ask one of the Upanishads, question answers is there. It is Kena Upanishad. Kena Upanishad. Go on asking questions. Like ChatGPT. Exactly. Recognizing and all people that like ChatGPT. But then he understood these people are very manipulative. If I leave them with a formula without giving the context, they will skew the meaning out and they'll take anything they want. Then he thought, this is not correct. I have to give them a case study. What I meant by this Atato Brahma Jignasa, and who are the people who used it and applied it in their life. Then he started explaining it with case studies. Then he wrote case studies. He actually divided into three categories. It's called Tattva, Rajas, and Tama. So these are six Puranas. These are six Puranas, and these are six Puranas. So total 18 Puranas. So these Upanishads became 18 Puranas. Now, these after writing, can you imagine how much work this is already? After writing all this, actually not 18, he wrote 17. After after writing everything, so much work.
I'm putting it on YouTube.
Oh,
They
okay.
wanted to
Sure.
see, the devotees over
Yeah.
there. So, yeah. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So then he was still dissatisfied. He was discontent. What is happening? I mean, like, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing or not. He was so morose. He should be in ecstasy. So much he has written about the Vedas, so much he has spoken about the Lord, but he was unhappy. So, seeing the unhappiness in his heart, his guru appeared. Who is his guru? Narad Muni. He appeared on the scene. Okay. Even before writing the Vedas, he wanted somebody to, he was reciting, so he wanted somebody's help to write it. So, guess who actually helped his writing? Ganesha. So, Ganesha, on his request, he came. So, Lord Ganesha came and he said, I'm not going to simply write like that. You will take your own sweet time and tell him that, you give a pause and all that. I'm not going to take like that. I don't have so much time. If you want to recite without a break, then you write. Then you tell me I'm ready to write. Then Vyasa puts a counter condition. I don't want you to write anything if you have not understood and realized.
We get some breaks.
So I get out. So that was a transcendental arrangement. It seems one of the first actually right all the way there. That, that part I don't know. Who's that?
This is a problem because if phone call comes, then it gets. Yeah. It's okay. Sorry, I don't know. In YouTube, it's gone.
Is it?
So true.
So now Narad Muni appears on the scene. So Narad Muni tells, I know the exact reason why you are feeling how you're feeling. He says, the reason you're feeling discontent is because in the entire Vedas that you have written, you have nowhere addressed the Lord directly. You have always tried to catch the nose like that. You have not spoken anywhere directly glorifying the Supreme Lord. This is the main reason. So, in the entire maturity of Vyasadeva's entire writing, so he compiled the final version. It's called Nigama Kalpa Taror Galitam Phalam Sukamukad Amruta Dhavasamyutam Vibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhumi Bhavuka. Meaning, the most of all the fruits, the king of fruits is what? Mango. Mango. And imagine if it is completely ripe, how sweet it is. Now imagine that ripened mango is plucked by a parrot. How much more sweet it is. So that fruit is carefully handed over. Mango, there is a technique, I don't know if you all know mango farms, if you have gone, you are not supposed to hit the mango, and if it falls, it has no value. So it has to be carefully handed down by one person who's actually holding and then that come. Of course, now they have a technique with a bag and then there's a knife on the stick. Each one is plucked like that. Very carefully you have to pluck it. The Bhagavatam is also like that. It has to be handed over carefully from the lips of the pure devotee to another devotee. That's the only way you can hand over Bhagavatam to another person. Otherwise, even though Bhagavatam is the most highest quintessential subject matter, if you hear from a materialistic person, like she said, so many people talk very bad things about Krishna because of such materialistic people, they who are kataka for money, 1 lakh rupees, one kata, 7 days, 1 lakh rupees. Nowadays they have in cruise, $10,000. Yeah, $10,000 cruise.
Oh, God.
Bhagavad Katha. Yeah, we are doing for free.
Okay. We are sailing and
Exactly. It is that's the cost going on right now.
I wonder what the skips are.
That much commercial it has become. So if you hear from them, instead of becoming devotee, the opposite will happen.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to have any effect. In fact, Bhagavatam has Dasama Skanda, 10 cantos. If you hear 9 cantos from a devotee, you'll become purified in your heart. And when you reach to the 10th canto, then you're so purified, when you hear about Krishna and Krishna Leela, you will become jubilant. You will experience that ecstasy. But if you don't go through the regular process, then you'll think, oh, Krishna is also having fun with girls. What's stopping me? That's the idea people will get.
Many people think
Yeah, because it is not.
got so many wives.
Yeah, that's a very bad thing. When they say
He was actually very young compared to Radha.
yeah, exactly. And first of all, he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
He was 8 years old. When he killed Kamsa, he was 8. So that was the last day, 11. Okay.
Yeah.
The last day when he is leaving Vrindavan, that is when he actually performs Ras Leela, so that they will remember him forever. And then he promises, okay, I'll come back just like that. Jiffy karke, like a jiffy, I go and come. But the thing is, he never went. But somebody might ask, Are, Krishna will never tell lies. How can God tell lies? Mysterious. Everything about Krishna is mysterious. In a bad light. Yeah, because you have to hear everything about Krishna from the lips of a devotee. Only then you will understand what it is. So then the final 18th Purana is called Amala Purana. Amala Purana means spotless. It's a spotless Purana. So, when you read this Bhagavad, so Bhagavatam, if you hear, then you get the entire rasa of entire Vedas. Everything that is there, you get here. You don't need to have another scripture.
Actually,
So,
more than the,
Shankaracharya never touched Bhagavatam. He criticized or he gave different meanings for the sake of arguments and all that, especially for all the four Vedas. And he confused, he kind of seemingly confused people to be away from Krishna. So you'll find lot of arguments. They're very fascinating arguments. Sound very logical, very intellectual. So people get attracted to that, and it's very close to atheism. Shankaracharya actually, for a different time and place, he addressed the atheists only. So he was trying to attract the atheists. So today also, all those type of atheists get attracted to his arguments. But the truth is, when he left, he was only 32 years when he left the planet. In the end, he says, we all know that bhajan, right? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte, Sannihiti Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshate. This is a very famous poem from Shankaracharya. What it means, direct meaning it is. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate. Oh, Mudamati, you're fool. You just worship Govinda. All this Samprapte, Nahi Nahi Rakshate. All this word jugglery, logic I told you before, will not help you in your life. Do this. Now, for that, what their disciples will say, oh, you are all fools, so you worship Govinda. We are very intelligent people. For us, logic is there. That also they have misunderstood. Like that. So this is the crux. So of course, in that there are two
but I want to add something.
Mahabharata and
So actually, in the Vedas and all, it's very difficult to get Krishna Bhakti. So everything else you'll get in Bhagavatam. But one extra thing you will get in Bhagavatam is Krishna Prema, which even if you study all the Vedas, everything, it's very difficult to get that essence or that rasa. Very difficult. You'll get stuck into all of those things only. So what is that 108? That is
Upanishads. 108 Upanishads. So they're all formulas. Basically, Upanishads are all small formulas, like A plus B whole square, like that.
Like bullet points, like bullet points.
So all these four Vedas are compiled into 108 Upanishads. Yes. That's how he made formulas.
There was also this thing, no one. Where does the Manusmriti come in?
Okay. Now there are.
Shastra and all of
I'll tell you that. You can see here that also is there. Nyaya Shastra, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Artha Mimamsa, Vedanta. All these are corollaries. There are 6 philosophies, 6 theories are there. All that is there. Generally, all the Vedas, they also are called, you can find Angas, Samhitas, Upanishads. Just like, for example, in a lesson, in a science lesson also, you can draw certain categories or expand those lessons. So, like that, these Vedas also, you get all these type of categories are there. So those are all corollaries. They're all supportive Vedic literatures only, but we are not stressing on that. Now, these are contributions by other sages, not directly by Vyasadeva. So you'll find all that. In this also you'll find astrology and other Surya Siddhanta. All these are Jaimini. Jaimini is another great philosopher. He had contributed also to expand the Vedas. These are all the other aspects of it. Now, just to put in another way, this is clear?
What?
This clear to you?
Rather, clear to you? So what
You
you,
got the full thing?
no,
The four Vedas
Four Vedas.
are compared to 108 Upanishads,
Correct.
right?
Ah.
And then we have this Gunas, Sattva, Raja, and Tama.
Correct.
And
So-
we've got 6 Puranas.
Six, for Satvika Puranas they're called, then they're called Rajasic Puranas, and they're called Tamasic Puranas. Generally, all the Vaishnava Puranas like Vishnu Puran, Garuda Puran, Vamana Puran, all these Puranas come to Sattvic Puranas. Like Devi Bhagavatam and other things come to Tamoguna. Because people are of different types. Some people want to eat meat. Some people want to, in the lower modes. Even for them, there is something. How did they use the Vedas? So those are case studies, basically. It's a broad spectrum to accommodate everybody, the entire population. But that is not the final conclusion of the Vedas. So,
actually,
the idea
everybody
was-
should come slowly to Sattva Guna.
huh,
So somebody is in Tamo Guna, we are not going to, उसको निकाल नहीं देंगे सोसाइटी से.
Gradually
उनके लिए
it goes
ऐसा
up.
होना चाहिए.
gradually goes up. Like, for example, you'll hear this argument. Some people will say, Durga is the Supreme Lord. How can you say that Shiva, Krishna is the Supreme Lord? We have read in Bhagavatam, she is the Supreme. Is it wrong? The author is one only. Is the author confused? One place he is writing Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Another place he is writing Shiva is the Supreme Lord. Another place he is writing Devi is the Supreme Lord. What is this he is writing? People might ask that question, right? So are we confused, or Vyasadeva is confused, or people are confused? Who is confused? What is it? Yeah, 17 plus 1.
Yeah,
Amala
Amala
Purana.
Purana.
Amala Purana is spotless Purana. So with plus 1, it becomes 18.
Look. So what is one more?
18.
18.
Each is 6, right?
Each is 6, but Bhagavatam he writes in the end.
Okay.
He doesn't write in the beginning.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, it is the last, after Bhagavatam, he doesn't write anything more. Because there's nothing more to write.
Wait, so what was the Manusmriti again? It's like one
It's one of these contributions. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like written by a Vyasadeva or anything.
No, it's a contribution by some other sages. Sapta Rishis also have contributed to this, like that. So here, for example, somebody is working in a government department. Now, all the time, pick any department that you're working. Say, suppose you're working in tax department. In the tax, IRS, the whole division is there. Now, they will have a hierarchy. Now, who's the top guy in that hierarchy? In that department, 24 hours, the guy does not interact with anybody else other than the tax department. Whatever the boss says, that's final. You cannot cross the line. Policy matter, signature, everything comes from the top guy, whoever that person is. That person, even though he is the top guy, he also has a boss. Some senator will be there on top of him. And even though there is a senator, but that guy is also not the final. On top of him, another guy is there like a president. And there are so many senators. Every state has two, and there are 100 senators. But for a person who's only focused on working in the IRS, he's only thinking his interaction is only limited there. So when he says, my boss is so and so, he is the supreme, all and all, is true for that department. It's not wrong. Same way, when Durga is the supreme controller, it's not wrong. Why? Because she is the whole and soul for the entire Mahatattva. Mahatattva means the material elements. She is the factory like a factory of all the material elements, Panchabhuta, mind, intelligence, ego, everything like a factory, like a mother's womb is a factory for producing children. Like that, she is the mother of the entire nature and she is the supreme. She is the supreme. But she is the supreme where I didn't know it was actually.
It doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. Okay.
Okay, so this is okay, this is the spiritual world. Sorry, material world. So the material world, if you see, this is like a shape of an egg. Okay. Now see, 8 lines are here. 8 lines are put here. 8 lines represent, they are like Panchabhuta, Manas, Buddhi, and Ahankar. So all together are 8. So this is like the mind. You can take material from this and you can manufacture anything you want. This is what he is control of this. And this, where she is situated, if you see Vishnu from his navel, 14 lokas are created, right? I don't know if that picture is here.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, here. So from here, this is coming, this navel. Okay. The
Can you-
pictures are
You
not.
want to come closer?
It's a lot.
Yeah, you have to go only go to that particular picture.
Correct.
Yeah,
Is there any other picture?
I'm saying.
Okay. So these are 14 lokas. Now, if you were to see, we are somewhere right here in the middle. The middle of actually the entire this image, if you take this Goloka, our material world, this dimension matches with the dimension of the stem. Even though the stem is drawn very small, but the dimension is the dimension which can hold all the Milky Ways. And all the Milky Ways within our range, which is the middle level, it's called Bhumandala. Bhumandala is just one layer. If you imagine a cake has 14 layered cake, the middle layer is Bhumandala. Okay. So that Bhumandala, and beyond this, all the top, if you go to the top, that is Brahmaloka. Now, beyond the Brahmaloka, within this creation, there is something called as Devi Dham, where Devi is the in charge. She is the supreme in charge. And above her, means outside this circle, there is one more Dham. It is called Mahesh Dham. That is where Lord Shiva, Sada Shiva resides. And he is not inside this bubble. He is outside. He is her boss. Obviously, Ardhanarangi, both are equal, but still, Shiva is the controller. Now, is it a wrong statement to say now Durga is a controller and Shiva is a controller? It's not. But they are controller up to where? Up to the material world is concerned. Beyond the material world comes this Vishnu who is sleeping. He's called Mahavishnu. Now he's sleeping. Through this, whatever you're seeing this, right? This entire bubble is one of the Brahmandas which are coming out of his breathing process from his skin. So imagine how much force we have on our body. When you sweat, you get sweat from all over the pores. Each pore for him is a Brahmanda. One galaxy, not galaxy also, it's a Brahmanda. We don't have an equivalent word for in science. So inside the Brahmanda are several Milky Ways.
Universe, no?
Universes.
One bulb
multi-universe.
is one
Yeah,
bubble.
bubble is multi-universe. So these are multi-universes. So we are expanding and talking only of one bubble. That is where we are situated in. So you can imagine now, Lord Shiva and Durga is in charge of this material world, of this universe only. Beyond this universe is unlimited universes are there.
And we don't know what's there.
Same, everything is
Oh,
same,
yeah.
construct is same. Each one is controlled by one Devi. But Mahavishnu, Sadashiv is one. So there, Sadashiva, at the time of destruction, he expands into 11 Rudras. So through his dancing, Tandav Nritya, he spreads that fire of destruction and he demolishes. It's like a demolition company. You make a world, but then you also have a demolition company. So he is the demolition company. So to do that work, he's always sitting in meditation. You see all the pictures of Shiva, he's meditating on whom? He's meditating on Sankarshana. So Sankarshana again goes back to Krishna. His first expansion is Balaram. So the entire department of creation is handed over to Balaram. So how does Balaram do that? His first expansion is called Mahasankarshana in the spiritual world. So that Mahasankarshana comes down to this material universe as Mahavishnu. So Shiva is meditating on Mahavishnu all the time. Why? Because when everything is wound up, all the bubbles go back inside Mahavishnu. Yeah. Sankarshana is Mahavishnu.
But in the spiritual world.
In the spiritual world. So
When
when
he
he
comes-
comes down, he's called Mahavishnu.
Is Vishnu and Mahavishnu same?
Yeah, so it is. He comes down. When he comes down here, he's
Vish-
called as Vishnu. When he stays there, he's called Narayana.
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 Hmm.
So there is no Narayana in this world. Narayana means,
Narayana.
yeah, he comes.
Vishnu as a
Well,
Vishnu.
if he comes here, he's called Vishnu.
Is it Narayana?
Huh?
Huh? Narayana, Parovyakta.
Is it Narayana, like. Oh,
That is Narad
Oh, that's
Muni.
Muni. No, that's
That's-
portrayed in a very bad light.
By the movies, they portrayed so badly.
Bad.
Actually,
He's
really,
one of the most exalted personalities.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's the
Actually-
Guru of Vyasadeva.
and we
He's
are
the
coming in
first-
his line actually. Our parampara is Narad Muni,
Brahma, right?
Brahma, Narada, Vyasa.
So
That is
he's extraordinary devotee. And his life story also, he says, to inspire you, I'll just tell you my life. If you just hear my life, you'll get all the inspiration to write whatever you're supposed to write from Bhagavad. That's powerful. It is.
But they made him like a character in the movie
Yeah,
very
yeah,
badly.
very bad.
They
Very.
don't have right understanding.
They don't
Yeah,
have
they don't have. That's why I said you have to hear only from a devotee to understand. In fact, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita too, you have to hear Bhagavad Gita from the lips of another devotee only.
No, you have to tell this science to devotees
Devotees
also.
only.
You cannot say, we cannot sit and tell to everyone just openly, It is actually very
It's called
confidential.
confidential knowledge. The confidential knowledge is what, for example, we all have 4-digit PIN confidential. Now you see, ATM is there everywhere. You might say, what is confidential about it? Everybody knows about ATM. It's there, you can draw money. But no, it is secured with your 4-digit PIN. Now, who will you share that PIN with?
A trustworthy person.
Very, very close, only in the family. Even in the family, we are very secure. Whether it can be misused or not, only if you have the trust, then you will share. That secure you will feel. Now, people might say, oh, Bhagavad Gita, everybody knows it's the same 700 slokas. Well, where is the security password there? This is the password. You have to approach a pure devotee to unlock the secrets of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, it is still like ATM. Yeah, you can go there, try, nothing will come out.
And I have heard from a lot of my friends that they are trying to read Bhagavad Gita, but they are not getting anything out of it.
Okay, you
And
cannot.
I told them a couple of times that you really have to approach to a guru or someone who have a proper knowledge about it. Just by reading the shlokas and even reading the English translation, you are not able to get it what it is.
Yes. But so,
We are not pundits, we are not scholars, we are not even devotees also. We are just having a desire to learn from Prabhupada, and graciously he's blessing all of us. Like this together we can learn and understand. That's the only secret.
some people, if they take, like, some people are reading Bhagavad Gita, there are a lot of devotees. They read the Bhagavad Gita and they are able to understand. You know how? Because they accept Prabhupada as their guru. And in such cases, we have seen that the entire Bhagavad Gita, they are able to understand exactly the way Prabhupada is telling, without even meeting devotees once also, without even meeting Prabhupada also, but because they are actually reading with full faith on Prabhupada, they are able to understand.
I think
So that
Also
is the
like
key. That
science,
is the
like
key.
science, right? Now you studied science somewhere in India. I don't even know your university. Studied science somewhere in South India. She studied in America something. But all of our understanding of science is exactly same. You cannot, gravity works in a particular way, electricity works in a way, internet works. Everybody has same understanding. The same way we see when people are reading Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, all over the world, somewhere from Helsinki, Australia, Fiji, Australia, Canada, anywhere people, you meet people, Russia, Japan, China, they all have the exact same conclusion. How is that possible? In India, you have a billion people, all are confused. You cannot come to a single agreement on what is Bhagavad Gita or what is even Hinduism. We cannot even tell. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's the same Prabhupada who is actually preaching to all these people through his books. We have known some people who's actually he received a Bhagavad Gita. He goes in the ship. So 9 months he's in the ship. So he read the entire Gita and he understood. You'll be surprised. After reading the Bhagavad Gita, he understood very clearly, I have to become a devotee of Krishna. What are the things he has to do to become a devotee of Krishna? He started chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He didn't have Bhakti beads or anything because he was in the ship. And he knew he had to offer food to Krishna in the ship. So he had no pictures. So he put the Bhagavad Gita and every meal he was offering before he would eat. And he came on the shore after 9 months. He he saw some at the back, you see some addresses. Wherever nearest address, he went to ISKCON temple. He was shocked to see all the people there are doing exactly what is written in the big book. And devotees asked him, have you met anybody? No, I didn't meet anybody. I just read the Bhagavad. How is that you know so much? Hey, everything is written here.
It's really
So
amazing.
that is Prabhupada. He's just teaching everybody continuously. This is parampara system. This is the power of parampara system. Yeah.
You said that you have to only teach the people like confidentially, but Prabhupada taught everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very important point. Very good point. Yes. So what is the answer for that? He'll tell.
So there was a time, but I'll give another example. Ramanujacharya was there. He was a young boy, and his guru told him, I will give you one secret mantra. It is so powerful. If you chant carefully, attentively, all your sins will be done, and you will be liberated and will go back to Vaikuntha without a doubt. Then Ramanujacharya said, wonderful. Then he reconfirms. So, are you saying this mantra is so potent that if I do this, I will definitely go back? is there any conditions to this? I said, no conditions. It will work for everyone. Yes, it will work for anyone. Am I an exception? You're giving this to me? I said, no. You are just happen to be my disciple. I'm giving it to you. So he asked all these questions. He got confirmation. Then his guru gave him the mantra. Then he tells, word of caution, you cannot share this because it's a secret. Okay. Then immediately goes running to the marketplace. And Srirangam, there's a big gopuram is there in the marketplace, very tall tower. He climbs on the top and like a mic, there's no mic those days, but then he calls for everybody's attention. I have something to share for all of you. Then his guru is saying, my God, what is this guy doing? Then he says, I have the most powerful mantra that I'm going to share with all of you. Carefully, attentively, you chant this, all of you will be liberated. All of you will be liberated. Then he shares the mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya. He just shares the mantra. Then Guru gets so angry, upset with him. He calls sends other disciples. Call that fellow immediately. What is he doing? He just disobeyed my instruction. I just told him it's a secret mantra. You cannot share this with anybody. Then it comes. Did I not tell you you should not share with anyone? Then Ramanujacharya. But Guru Maharaj, you just now confirmed, right? Anybody attentively chants this mantra will be liberated. Yes, that's right. So what? Let them all be liberated. Only one person, me, for disobeying your order, I will go to hell. Okay. Then his Guru, seeing his devotional attitude, his heart melts. He hugs him.
Hare Krishna, welcome.
You are such a great devotee. With this attitude, anybody will be liberated. So with this attitude, Suchi, with this attitude, Prabhupada freely gave this knowledge even to the rascals, even to the sinful people, even to the mlechas and yavanas,
And
even to the hardcore sinful people. No, because of Prabhupada's compassion, he says, if I don't give this, these people will rot in this world. They will be doing more sinful activity.
Yeah, but I don't get it. You said that you shouldn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
Krishna
according to
says
Krishna,
just
we
like the
should
Guru
not.
said.
Yeah.
Like the Guru said, like that Krishna is giving a caution. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he said, my name will be sung everywhere in the whole world. And that prophecy had to come true also because it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction that his name will be sung everywhere. So Prabhupada's Guru
In
tells
fact,
him,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went one more step ahead. He said, why only people?
even
Animals and plants should be liberated. So he
Yeah.
went to the forest and he chanted Hare Krishna and made all the animals dance. There was a picture.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Thinking doing how.
Yeah, see this picture. He went to Jarikanda forest and he made the animals dance. Hare Krishna. So the snakes and tigers, they all forgot their animosity. Can you imagine? Animals forgetting their animosity to a deer and a tiger going together. It's impossible. So if animals can forget their animosity, what to speak of humans? So this is the compassion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who actually shared this Krishna prema. So
Is that a trance?
it's a trance. It's a trance. But the trance, right now we cannot experience. It's just like, hot iron rod. You cannot feel the heat if you're wearing very thick gloves, even though it's very hot iron rod. Like that, our senses are so blunt right now. They are so blunt to enjoy the material objects. So we cannot feel the trance right now, even though the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is filled with trance. But right now we are not able to experience because of our conditioning.
And also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Krishna himself. So his association itself was so purifying that they all forgot all of those. The association is important. See Chaitanya Prabhupada, when Prabhupada was there, how all the devotees, how they were.
Actually, they are not devotees. They were all drug addicts.
Yeah.
They were drug addicts in the Thompson Square Park in New York. They were even naked in the park. Such people were there. They're so dull, intoxicated all the time. Such people, he sat there in the park and he was continuously chanting Hare Krishna, non-stop for hours together, every day. Just with this chanting, this whole Hare Krishna movement, all over the world it has become. I mean, these people became purified just by hearing. That's the potency of the pure devotee.
Yeah, that is pure
That is
devotee.
the pure
Yeah.
devotee. But we cannot experience that right now, but it is not far.
Yeah.
It's not far. If we apply the process, we are not far actually.
Why does Krishna give like that warning then to not give to everyone?
Because just like this confidential knowledge I was telling, to whom you will share confidential knowledge, confidential secrets.
And
I have so much money
But
here.
he wants us to come back.
people
But he
are
wants everyone to come back.
correct, but there are so many people who are actually so
Adamant.
not adamant, against, like, jealous of Krishna. That
So
if
they
you
won't-
tell,
They won't take it.
their jealousy will increase. He doesn't want that to happen also.
So they'll be more far away from Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want people to go more further away from him. So that is that. And anyway, right now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And so this 10,000 years is a very, it's
Golden
the
age.
golden age inside Kali Yuga. So for this 9,500 years, actually this
Yeah.
sentence is not so, this thing. It's freely. We will share with everyone, but whoever is interested will take it. You see, not we will tell everyone, you chant, you do everything. But those who are ready finally will actually accept it. Right? There are so many people. So, and then some people, they will hear it, sometimes they will come for some time, and then sometimes they get lost for some time. But then
Life.
life
Life
is like
happens.
that. Life happens. But then one day they'll come back, because they've heard it.
Also,
If
there's
they're
a
not
nice,
associated.
there's a nice poem in Bhagavatam that's very interesting. Once, if you make a decision to become a devotee of Krishna, even though life happens, you have sincerely desired one time, yes, I want to be a devotee of Krishna. No matter what happens in your life, Krishna will drag you back. So there is a beautiful poem somebody has written, the Goswamis. What they have written is Krishna has a three-bended form. Three places he stands in a particular way like this, right? Three places, legs, hip, and the chest. Three places he's bent. So it's not straight, like a crooked, like that. So when you have a rice bag or something, if you want to pull it, you need one hook. If the hook is very straight, if you poke it, can you drag the hook, drag the bag? You cannot. But if the hook is curved, then you poke it, then when you drag, what happens?
You can pull it.
You can easily pull it. Like that, Krishna's beauty is so beautiful, like a three-bended form. Once it comes inside your heart, that beauty, once only you have to say, "Oh, Krishna is looking. Oh, so nice you're decorated. So beautiful Krishna is looking." If you say once, then Krishna understands. Okay, you want me, right? The hook got
Your
inside.
heart.
Like my daughter's been preparing since whenever September for Science Olympiad,
Hmm.
and it was yesterday.
Huh.
So she wrote to me that we are going to switch it to Sunday.
Huh.
So it's easy for me to come.
We don't know all the dynamics. Don't
Krishna
understand.
has his own plans.
I just have to best.
Exactly.
I can't come.
Yeah, it really happens. It happens.
Yes, he's already put the hook. So whether you try to move or he tries to move, you will be hooked. Hook will drag you.
It was
Sometimes when the devotee becomes more serious, is dedicated, it happens like that. We have seen so many devotees, right? The past so many years we are there. They make a conscious decision. Now I just don't want this too much for me in my life. I don't want to be a devotee anymore. And the guy thinks he will go outside in the world and he will do something. Invariably, wherever he'll go, he'll meet some devotee.
yes.
Whatever he wants to do, that devotee is, "Arey, I think you are a devotee, right?" He'll keep on being reminded again and again and again. Forget it. Better I become a devotee. It happens so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today we have not read the Bhagavad Gita till now.
And we
So
haven't started.
we haven't yet started actually. So we didn't sing also. So want to sing a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Want to start with Jairada Mata?
You know the words. Can I put the video towards you? You're okay or no? Okay. Okay. Yeah. You're okay, right? It's going to record, that's why.
Want Katha? Katha?
Do you want the karta?
It's for Katha.
Kartal.
Kar means hand, talam. Talam. Kar talam.
We call it as
And talam. Kar talam.
One time you can sing, the other time Suchi or Ruchi. Who wants to sing? Okay.
You want the book?
You remember, right? Yes. She remembers. Oh, for them. Start. You know, you need the books?
19. I think it's 19.
Let's see.
27?
22 तो नहीं है.
27 she said. Ah,
Yeah. Which one is it?
27? Okay.
Jaya Rama Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jaya Jaya Gopi Jaya Yes,
I think I'll stop the recording now and then put it on again. That is better.
We can all think together.